There are over 120 cards in Clash Royale, and after a while, upgrading all of them feels impossible. So today, I will be giving you the top 10 decks to use as a free-to-play player. These decks are strong in the meta right now and easy to upgrade. Starting off the list is Giant Graveyard. This deck is easy to upgrade because there is a good distribution of rarities in this deck, which is what to look for. This deck is very easy to play, and it relies on the Giant Graveyard combo. The giant tanks, while the graveyard skeletons deal damage. The guards and minions are great air defense and they can support the giant well. The bowler provides solid ground defense and he doesn't die to any spell. In double elixir, you can build big pushes with the giant and take towers. The evolved snowball pairs very well with the graveyard, making this one of the best decks for free-to-play players. The next deck for free-to-play is Mortar Bait. This deck has taken off recently and it's very easy to upgrade. Half of this deck are common cards, which already makes it easy to upgrade. The Skeleton King pairs very well with your Swarm cards because they charge his soul bar. The Berserker offers cheap defense which allows you to save elixir for your mortar pushes. Make sure to protect the mortar as best you can and use the miner to pick up defenses, get chip damage, or defend troops. You also have the Vines to counter defenses so your push can break through. You will have too many Swarms cards and it will overwhelm the opponent. The next deck for free-to-play is Hog Rider Earthquake. This deck is probably the easiest to upgrade since most of the cards are common and rare. This deck is great for long-term because the Hog Rider is the most consistent win condition in Clash Royale. Keep pushing with the Hog Rider and Earthquake and use the Firecracker at the bridge to get chip damage. The Mighty Miner can be hard to upgrade, but it's definitely worth it since he can deal with all the heavy units in mid-ladder. The Evo Tesla is one of the best defensive units in the game, and the fact that it's a common makes it even better. If you want a fast-paced deck that's consistent, make sure to upgrade this deck. The next deck to upgrade is going to be Splashiard. This deck is more on the expensive side, but it's so strong that I had to include it. You can bait out your opponent's poison with your Goblin Hut or Furnace. Then the Graveyard Skeletons can get on tower. The Ice Wizard, Berserker, and Valkyrie are great control cards, and they can dictate the pace of the game, which is what this deck is all about. You also have the Vines and Poison to help your graveyard pushes. Keep defending your opponent's pushes with your control cards and build big counter pushes to win the game. The next free-to-play deck is Miner Loon Cycle. This deck is one of the easiest to upgrade, and you can outplay any matchup if you play well. To get damage on the tower, use the Miner or Ice Golem to tank while the Balloon does the damage. You can also use the Miner on defense because he is so versatile. I recommend upgrading this card because he can fit in most decks. Since you don't have a big unit, your defense needs to be perfect. Tank shots with the Skeletons and Ice Golem while the Musketeer or Bomb Tower does the damage. This is a great deck for the skilled players out there that want consistency and outplay potential. The next deck for free-to-play is Royal Giant. This deck has survived the test of time while also being easy to upgrade. If you want a deck for consistency and longevity, this is the deck for you. This deck has outplay potential because the Fisherman can pull units away from the RG, letting it connect on the tower. The Hunter is also a great support card, and the Royal Ghost can apply cheap pressure. The Skeletons and Ice Spirit can offer cheap defense, and they make your cycle quicker. In double elixir, drop your Royal Giant at the back and try and cycle to another one. If you can get 2 Royal Giants on the map, your opponent won't know what to do, and you will take towers. The next free-to-play deck is Classic Log Bait. This deck is timeless because bait had been around since the beginning, and it won't be going anywhere anytime soon. It has a good distribution between rarities, which makes it even easier to upgrade. This deck is all about constant pressure, so keep spamming your Princess, Barrels, and Goblin gangs. The Inferno Tower is great against all the heavy units you will face in mid-ladder or any trophy range. All you need to do is bait the opponent's spell, then push with your Knight and Goblin Barrel. If you are losing A during the late game, you can always Rocket Cycle and take back some damage. The next deck for free-to-play is Royal Recruits. This deck has no legendaries and only one epic, making it one of the easiest decks to upgrade. It also takes 0 skill to play, to the point that a 5-year-old can win with it. All you need to do is place your recruits at the back. Split your hogs in the middle and place your flying machine to control both lanes. The Zappies and Goblin Cage are great defensive cards, and you can get positive elixir trades either them. In double elixir, place your recruits at the back to build the biggest push possible. Then spam every unit you can at the bridge, and have your spells ready for any defenses. It's a great all-rounder deck for free-to-play players, so definitely give it a try. The next deck for free-to-play is 3.0x Bow Cycle. This deck is high skill, but just like Miner Loon Cycle, You can outplay any matchup with the right timing and placement. This deck is the easiest to upgrade on the whole list because there are 5 common cards. The big thing is to not overcommit with your X-bow, otherwise your opponent can defend it and build a big counter push. Instead, play passive and use the X-bow on defense because it can get a lot of value there. When the time is right, use it on offense and make sure to protect it with the Knight Archers and Tesla. This deck only has one mini-tank in the Knight, so don't waste him or you will have nothing to defend but units. And the last deck for free-to-play players is Hog Executioner NATO. This deck isn't as good as some other Hog Rider decks, but it only has one legendary, so it's very easy to upgrade. The Evolved Executioner is arguably the best defensive unit in Clash Royale now that he has bonus damage and knockback. You can make some great plays with the Tornado Rocket combo and completely shut down pushes. The Tornado can also be used to line troops up with the Executioner or pull defenses away, form the Hog Rider. It's a very free-to-play friendly deck and very fun to play, and that is the best 10 decks for free-to-play players. These decks are good, but if you do have money and resources to spend, click here because this video explains the best 10 decks to get out of mid-ladder. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.